Number 1. Cody multiplied a decimal number by a whole number as shown here. 4.167 times 2 equals 8.334, which shows the product rounded to the nearest hundredth. Number 2. Faith poured 1/10 cup of cream into an empty teacup. Then she mixed 7/10 cup of hot tea. In cups, what was the total amount of cream and tea in the teacup? Number 3. Faces X, Y, and Z are labeled on this rectangular prism. In units, the perimeter of face X is how much greater than the perimeter of face Z? Number 4. Each month, Mr. Cordova spends $27.95 for cable service, $42.15 for phone service, and $17.25 for internet service. The value of which expression is closest to the total cost of the three services in dollars? Number 5. Cheryl watched 5 football games last weekend. She recorded the number of touchdowns and field goals the teams scored on the scatter plot below. Each dot represents one team. We have TDs, which is touchdowns, versus FGs, which is field goals. Our x-axis holds field goals, and the y-axis has touchdowns. Each team earned 6 points when it scored a touchdown and 3 points when it scored a field goal. The team that scored the least number of total points earned how many points? Number 6. Look at the diagram below. There's a big set of quadrilaterals, subsets of parallelograms, trapezoids, and kites. And then we have a subset of parallelograms, that is rectangles and rhombuses, where a square is both a rectangle and a rhombus. Which figure is an example of a kite? We haven't necessarily gone over what a kite is to look like, but what the definition of a kite represents is that adjacent, meaning right next to, adjacent lines are congruent. So, looking at the figures, which figure represents adjacent lines and kind of looks like a kite? Number 7. Frank baked 2 dozen cookies. He accidentally burned 4 of them, so he threw them in the trash. Which equation can be used to find n, the number of cookies Frank did not burn? Number 8. The model shown here can be used to find the value of which expression? Be sure to look at what they've given you. Looks like they broke this whole into eighths. I'll mark that for you just so you can see it. 1 second, let me get my pen working. 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8, 6/8, 7/8, 8/8. So that includes all of this is the eighths. I wish they would have kind of broken it up and hash marked it so you can see that those eighths are then broken into how many pieces. And if you need to, work each of these expressions out to see which one makes sense in giving you 1/16. Number 9, look at this diagram. We have parallelograms, which is broken into rectangles and rhombuses. What does the diagram show? F, all rectangles are rhombuses. G, some rectangles are rhombuses. H, all rhombuses are parallelograms. Or J, all rectangles are trapezoids. Number 10. A prism is partially filled with cubes as shown here. What is the volume of the prism in cubic units? Volume. Make sure to refer to your reference materials or your mathematics chart to find the formula for volume. Number 11. Which numeric expression simplifies to a value of 12? So make sure you go and work every single one of these out, and be sure and do not forget about PEMDAS, our order of operations. Number 12. Ting has 1/4 pound of plastic beads. She will separate the beads into 2 groups of equal weight. What fraction of a pound of beads will be in each group? Number 13. Noah needs to buy donuts for a breakfast party. 1 dozen donuts cost $5.95. A single donut cost 65 cents. If Noah buys 2 dozens and 4 singles, how much will he pay in all? Number 14. The table shows the number of servings of fruit compared to the number of servings of vegetables that 5 students ate last week. Which scatter plot represents the information in the table? Number 15. The graph shows the number of cookies Molly baked over a period of time. We have cookies baked, and my x-axis is time in minutes, and my y-axis is total cookies. Molly began baking at 7:20 p.m. By what time had she baked 70 cookies? Number 16. The number 8.695, or 8 and 695 thousandths, is written in expanded notation as shown here. 8 plus parentheses 6 times 1/10 close parentheses plus parentheses 9 times 1/100 close parentheses plus 5 parentheses 5 times 1,000th close parentheses, which shows another way to express the value of the 5 in the number 8.695. Number 17. 12 plastic dice weigh 52 and 2/10 grams all together. Each die has the same weight. How much does one die weigh? Number 18. Cedro will place point C at 2, 3.5 on the grid below. Point C will be inside which type of triangle? F right, G acute, H obtuse, J not here. Number 19. The 4 number machines below change entered numbers according to different rules. Which machine uses multiplication to produce the out numbers? Make sure you go through and look at every single number pair in each number machine to decide that it's a multiplicative rule. Number 20. There are 16 boxes of modeling clay in an art teacher's supply closet. Each box of clay weighs 8 and 25 pounds. What is the total weight of the clay in pounds? Number 21. There are 9,900 parking spaces at a sports arena. The spaces are divided into 36 equal sections. How many parking spaces are in each section? Number 22. Molly completed 1/4 of her homework right after school and 1/3 of her homework right before dinner. At that point, what fraction of Molly's homework was complete? Number 23. A model of a soccer field is shown here. What is the area of the field in square meters? Area. Be sure and refer to your reference materials or your mathematics chart for the formula of area. Number 24. Marco measured the lengths of 3 stamps in his stamp collection. He recorded their lengths in the table below. 32-cent stamp is 25 millimeters, a 46-cent stamp is 22 millimeters, and a 49-cent stamp is 23 millimeters. What is the combined length of the 3 stamps in centimeters? Centimeters. They gave it to me in millimeters. I'm going to have to do a conversion. So make sure you look at your mathematics chart and determine how many millimeters are in a centimeter. Since converting measurements is new to us this week, I'm going to assist you in the fact that 10 millimeters equals 1 centimeter. So once you find your total, make sure you move your decimals to determine how many centimeters that is. Number 25. Look at the pattern shown here. 23, 25, 27, 29, 31, and continuing. What will be the next prime number in this pattern?